Hello friends, and also, hello enemies. Last week we wrapped up our look at the D13 Biblical Adventures toys, so this week I thought we'd venture into dinosaur territory. For no reason whatsoever. But today we are looking at the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Stegosaurus. This just came out. Been a while since I've gotten a Jurassic World / park toy. I'll get more into that later. But yeah, Stegosaurus, you can't go wrong. Very well-known, popular dinosaur from the Jurassic period. Stegosaurus was an ornithischian. I know how to pronounce it. My mouth just doesn't want to let me, if that makes sense. So yeah, the bird hip dinosaurs. Basically any dinosaur that wasn't part of the theropod family or part of the sauropod family. Ornithischia. Why can't I say it? Anyway, it covers a very, very large umbrella of animals. But yeah, it's been a while since I have perused a Jurassic Park world toy. I guess it's world now. It's been a while since I've looked at one of these, so I'm kind of eager to dive back into that world. Let's look at the box. It's a nice box, hefty like a Stegosaurus itself. The box is pretty nice. You've got a render of the Stegosaurus in the front, this embossed Jurassic World logo, Jurassic World up top. See, it says Jurassic World, but this still is from the Lost World, which was actually the first Jurassic Park movie I saw. Some more shots of the dinosaur on the back. True effects, premium details for enhanced realism. Okay, so yeah, I'd heard that the Hammond Collection was more for collectors, so I guess they focus more on quality with this line. I'll be the judge of that. I'm sure it's fine. So yeah, I haven't really gotten into these Mattel Jurassic Park toys. Probably for a stupid reason. I have always been a huge dinosaur nerd. And as a child, back in my day, Kenner was making the Jurassic Park toys. And it's not just nostalgia talking when I say that they were amazing toys. They were awesome. Like, as a kid, they were cool, but as an adult, they still held up. Just really well made, amazing sculpts, amazing paint, premium materials. But I noticed nowadays that the Jurassic World toys tend to not be as good. It's like a major downgrade in quality. And maybe you disagree with that, but that's just what I've found personally. So I still collect dinosaur toys, but instead of going in on Jurassic World stuff, I've been really into Beasts of the Mesozoic. And it's not really fair to compare quality there because those are made to be scientifically accurate. They're much higher detail, higher quality, more articulation in some cases, I think. But there's also a very large price point to reflect that. But I have done work and would like to continue to do work as a paleo artist, so those are really the best dinosaur toys on the market for me, seeing as they're so accurate. As far as what we understand now about those species, there could be information that comes along later that renders some of them inaccurate in some way. But yeah, so I haven't really been going for the less accurate Park World toys. And just for me, the quality didn't seem to be there, but maybe I've been wrong this whole time. Maybe I've been missing out on some real gems just because I've been stubborn and clinging to the past. So we will need to plug this thing's tail in, and I'm wondering if that will be difficult or if it'll be easy. I did just paint my nails, so I'm probably about to mess them up. I waited for like 2 hours for them to dry. I thought it would be fun to paint my nails green for the Stegosaurus review, right? Makes sense. Every time I paint my nails, I realize it's a mistake halfway in, because it's just, it sucks. I'm gonna snap this bad boy in. Get in there. Oh, okay. All right. It actually went in without me having to heat it up. I'm not used to that. All right. Stegosaurus stenops, I assume, is the particular specimen we're looking at. The joints are a little crunchy. Might need to heat it up anyway. This is a big boy. Or a big girl. So I will preface this by saying that the last Stegosaurus figure I had was the Kenner Stegosaurus. So that rubbery one that had the battle damage where it had like a chunk of its skin, like you could remove one of the plates and a chunk of its skin would come off of it and there'd be like exposed tissue and bone underneath. I had that and I loved it. No idea where it is nowadays. It's got to be somewhere because I wouldn't have gotten rid of it. Love that thing so much. It pretty much set a really high bar for me for Stegosaurus figures going on into the future, into my adulthood, which is maybe unfair. I am eyeing the Creative Beast Studio Stegosaurus that's not out yet. However, that is very expensive because it's very large. This might have to be my go-to Stegosaurus for the foreseeable future. But anyway, enough yapping. Let's look at this thing. It's really quite nice, actually. I'm still not really into the plastic compared to the old Kenner toys, the material they were using, but this beast does have quite a presence. I am spoiled a bit, I think, by the Creative Beast figures because the details on those are just so crisp. Here, they're a little bit looser, which is understandable. I mean, once again, price point alone is very different, but still, the detail is very nice. Really love those big, deep wrinkles. Let's look at the face, because it's a cutie. Look at that little face. I adore these eyes. Glass eyes that kind of reflect the light. They're luminous, almost. It might be hard to see on camera, but yeah, they're like a reflective orange, and they're very cute. We've got some rubbery plates so children don't hurt themselves. Rubbery Thagomizer. And I do prefer that because one of my big concerns with figures is accidentally breaking them. I'm a very clumsy person, and so all the care in the world sometimes can't prevent me from breaking something and hurting myself. The paint is nice too, also a little loose with that paint, a little heavy in some areas. Like I would have liked to have seen a more gradual gradation with this green to the yellowy down there. And we're a little bit heavy on the dry brush, I think. I do appreciate the difference in color throughout the figure. You know, this isn't just green. There's some red in there too. This isn't just yellow. There's some brown, tan. There's also gray-blue flecks throughout the creature. So that's very nice. But yeah, it could be a little bit more subtle in some places. Otherwise, no real complaints when it comes to the paint. Classic green and yellow Stegosaurus. Again, we've got a little bit of haphazard dry brush when it comes to the plates. Not bad in my opinion, and I do like the texture of these. For mine in particular, the dry brush is much lighter on the right side and much heavier on the left side. Doesn't really match. That doesn't really bother me too much because I'm not going to be seeing both sides of the creature at the same time, so it's not that big of an issue. Its neck was twisted a little bit in the package, so these plates are curled a little bit. They were pressed against the back of the package. Speaking of the packaging, I meant to point this out earlier while it was still in the box. Its snout was right up against the side of the package, so I'm surprised there's no paint rub. Looks like we are paint rub free. But yeah, it was just right against there, which usually is not good for the part that's rubbing against the packaging. But yeah, these are gonna have to be heated up, I think. I don't know if they'll ever straighten back up. I guess I could just say that this one has like a genetic deformity or something. As always, I like to look at the silhouette from multiple angles when it comes to dinosaurs or other creatures. And this one has a really nice underbelly silhouette. The texture there is really beautiful too. Pebbly and loose, kind of crocodilian at the neck. Some thin wrinkles at the bottom of the jaw. Big, thick wrinkles for the bottom of the tail. That is a big, thick tail. Oh, and I didn't notice this. It's got a little stamp. A little Jurassic Park stamp. Silhouette from above. Kind of less to see just because those plates are distracting. They kind of break up the silhouette, but still very pleasing to look at. So yeah, this is a cute little fella. I think it is meant to be a juvenile, though if you want it to be an adult, that's no problem. So up next, we are going to look at articulation. Let's see all the things this dino can do. Alright, so first thing, you might notice that there's no jaw articulation. I'm a big fan of jaw articulation on figures. Humans, creatures, whatever. Here, I don't particularly mind that there is no articulation in that area because its jaw is so tiny already. Not only would it have been a bit of a useless feature, but I think it would have broken up this face sculpt in a really unappealing way. But you get a really nice range of motion out of the head. Look at that. What a cutie. Neck joint. Very versatile neck joint. Between that neck and that head, you can get a lot of personality out of him. Can look to the side. Can kind of look up. Down for grazing. Not bad at all. As for the legs, this Stegosaurus can do some things that I don't think a Stegosaurus was capable of. And I'm not saying that is a bad thing. Talk to the hand. Nice up on that foreleg, back. And just like so much side movement. The elbow joint is a little bit stuck. All right, so you might notice that it's wet now. It's wet, there's water. I tried to dry it off as best I could, but since it's hollow, you know, it gets in there. But yeah, I had to douse it in hot water to get that joint to move. Now it moves just fine. I just didn't want to break anything, you know. In addition to that hinge joint, there's also a swivel there, so pretty good articulation on this so far. And then up and down, swivel on the ankle. Pretty nice, not bad at all. A little bit of splay on the back legs. Some inward movement. Ooh, crunchy up. It could probably go further, but the belly is in the way a little bit. Crunchy back. That joint's moving just fine. Swivel on that too. More ankle articulation, like we saw on the front leg. More water dripping out as well. I will say that it takes some doing to get all 4 feet flat. In addition, as you might expect, this creature is very bottom heavy. Keeps wanting to fall back. But yeah, you can get some good ambling poses. And of course, we've got a nice big joint for the tail. Lots of articulation there. You got some up and some down. Swivel. Seems like there might be a wire in the tail. You can get it to curve a little bit, which is nice because that adds some movement to the animal. I'm just getting water everywhere. He's just walking along. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by this. I think that this is a mighty fine stegosaur. Just for comparison, since I talked them up so much, here is a Creative Beast juvenile Triceratops, just in case you are not familiar with the Creative Beast line. So yeah, just more accurate when it comes to what we know today about the animals. Just more attention paid to detail and paint. A little bit more articulated, but I gotta say the articulation on this one has really impressed me. Especially for something like a Stegosaurus. What you think of is more or less like a living tank. Of course, Stegosaurus and Triceratops would not be cohabitating, but you know what? They can cohabitate in your mind. That is what imagination is for. If I want these dinosaurs to live together, they're gonna live together. Here is your Stegosaurus when compared to a standard Marvel Legends figure. This is Professor X. And we've got a NECA, Marty McFly. And of course, you can't have a Stegosaurus without a demon. It is well known that in the ancient past, demons rode Stegosauruses into battle. That's right, dinosaurs chose the side of evil, and that is why they are dead today. Please don't take anything I'm saying seriously. So for now, when budget allows, I will continue collecting Creative Beast, but I've got to say this one has really impressed me. It's a cute little Stegosaurus. It's well made. The articulation is much better than I expected. And it's got something I really love in figures, which is personality. I could see myself getting more Hammond Collection figures. So how about you guys? Did you pick up this Stegosaurus? Are you a Hammond Collection stan? Have I been wrong all these many years? You don't have to answer that last part. I actually was coveting the Diplodocus that they came out with. It looks so cool and I want it. The Diplodocus and the Titanosaur look so awesome and I really want those, but I just can't justify spending that much money on a giant sauropod figure. Like, where am I going to put it? What am I going to do with it? They look awesome though. I really want one. So yeah, I am by no means a Mattel dinosaur hater, especially not since being pleasantly surprised by this awesome Stegosaur. So, as always, likes and subscribes are very much appreciated. Comments are more than welcome. And I will see you guys on the next one.